Shadharon Brahmo Samaj does attract a lot of writers, lot of thinkers, things like that. Whereas the Adi Brahmo Samaj stays with the old families of Bengal, and they were the Puritarians. And there was a happy arrangement between the two. One was like the watchtower, and the other was like they did not see themselves as being responsible for holding up the grand vision of the Brahmo Samaj. So it was a time of flux, but then somebody like Shivnath Shastri, he is from the Shadharan Brahmo Samaj, but his understanding of the Samaj, his understanding of the birth of the Samaj, the growth of the Samaj is unparalleled. And after Devendranath, when Tagore comes in, then there's very thin blue line which separated the Adi Brahmo Samaj and the Shadharan Brahmo Samaj. So Tagore was seen more as a unifying force, and he brings in Vaishnavism, the idea of Hinduism minus its rites and rituals. That is also the period when the Samaj flourishes. As I was mentioning, almost 300 separate units of the Samaj came up. Schools were set up, societies were set up, colleges were set up. His own Vishwabharati came up. And strangely, after Tagore's death, the decline also starts. So the rise of the Samaj it coincides with the rise of Tagore, and the fall of the Samaj coincides with the exit of Tagore from this life. I wanted to make a point, like when the Orthodoxy, it's very strange, when the Hindu Orthodoxy decided that this attempt to recast Hinduism or to reframe Hinduism was beginning to threaten their role as social leaders, as community leaders. So Chandranath Basu, who was not a writer by profession, and he writes a thesis called Hindutva. That is the first time the word Hindutva is used. Not Savarkar's text. And he puts up a defense of Hinduism in that treatise. And simultaneously, to contest the Hindu Orthodoxy of Calcutta and their response to the reformist zeal of the Brahmo Samaj, Rajnarain Bose, have you heard of him?
Of course. He's
What?
Sri Aurobindo's
Maternal grandfather. So Rajnarain Bose, and he was very highly respected. So he was invited, or he got the Orthodoxy to invite him, the conservatives, to tell them about the larger project called Brahmo Samaj or Brahmoism. So he goes and gives what becomes it becomes a historic text subsequently, where he talks about the superiority of Hinduism. Now, this may sound contradictory that he was going and preaching to the Orthodoxy about Hindu Dharmer Shreshtata, that was the subject. That is superiority of Hinduism. But he wasn't preaching to the choir. he was holding up to them why Hinduism, as conceived by the Brahmo Samaj, was superior than any other religion. So you had at one end Chandranath Bose, who was defending the clergy. At another hand, you had Rajnarain Bose, who was who was defending the conservatives, the Orthodoxy, and on the other hand, you had Rajnarain Bose, who was contesting the Orthodoxy and the conservatives. Unwittingly, unknowingly, what happens is ideas from both sides flow. And that is the birth of Hindu nationalism, the origin of Hindu nationalism, again, which doesn't happen courtesy Veer Savarkar, but it begins from there. And the larger Brahmo Samaj was very much a part of that coalition happening of various strands of Hinduism, with the reformist strand as the dominant strand, channelizing nationalism into a certain direction. So whether it was scientists, whether it was artists, whether it was musicians. And for instance, the first person to conceive, what is Bharat Mata? Everybody, the idea of Bharat Mata was never sort of put down on paper. So you have Abanindranath Tagore from the Tagore family, who then conceives Bharat Mata. And Bharat Mata is conceived as a sannyasin who offers you food, who offers you clothes, who offers you peace, who offers you love. Four-handed. And from there, then down the country, people started saying, yes, we need to figure out what is Bharat Mata. And if you do the simplest Google search, from calendars produced by Indian cotton mills, Bombay mills, or Ahmedabad mills, to matchboxes, to soap covers, anything and everything, they had a particular idea of Mother India, Bharat Mata. And each one was uniquely different. But if you sort of spend some more time looking at them, their idea, their concept of Bharat Mata flows from Abanindranath Tagore's concept of Bharat Mata. And that is why Savarkar talks of fatherland. Punya bhu, pitra bhu. Holy, your fatherland is your holy land. He doesn't talk of motherland.